Welcome to That's No Class. I'm Brian Berumen.
And I'm Morgan Darian.
Welcome back to the home of class, where we talk about the most interesting and funny things happening in the news and in our lives, try to figure out how to live classy, and call out no-class moves.
This week in news, Brian covers new territory in the culinary arts, our bring important fads back. We share some big ideas, our segment You Think What returns, and as always, we end with our no-class picks. A couple episodes ago, I expressed my hate for motion detector self-flushing toilets.
Yes, you did.
And my friend Camry kind of made me feel really dumb because she said she learned that kindergarten teachers hate them too and use Post-it notes to cover the motion detectors so the kids don't get sucked in or splashed violently. Excellent tip. How did I not think of covering it up before this?
I mean, with what are you carrying around Post-it notes?
I will now be carrying Post-its in my purse. Let's get to some news.
Well, hold on. Before we do, I need to tell you this.
What?
I got hit by an automatic toilet this week. Has not happened in I don't know how long, but I went to a Target, sat down, put the seat cover down, and sure enough, I hear the thing go off, and the first thing I thought of was you.
I'm so happy.
So it is real. They are out there trying to get us. Yes,
to get your
exactly.
ass.
So not a crazy thing at all that you said. And thanks to Camry for that
happy
tip.
That you think of me when a toilet water
when
hits
the
your
toilet
ass.
hits me.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. Let's get to some news.
Now here's the news.
All right, here at TNC, we love food, and we love to eat, and one thing we really love is tacos.
Oh, yeah.
From a truck, Mexican style. Morgan likes to call these street tacos, but as a Mexican, I've always found that label a little weird. They're just tacos, the way they're meant to be made. On a small tortilla, no bigger than the size of your hand, a meat, chopped onions, cilantro. That's a taco.
That's a taco.
No cheese, no sour cream, no crunchy shell.
True.
It is its own food art form, and for the first time, it's being recognized with the most prestigious award in global cuisine. A taco stand in Mexico City called El Khalifa has been awarded
A Michelin star?
a Michelin star
Hell
for a
yeah.
taco stand. And that's a big deal because if you don't know what a Michelin star is, it's like the most hoity-toity award there is for restaurants
Yeah.
that are all white tablecloths, $200 a head. But
Yeah.
the award is legit. If you eat at a Michelin star restaurant, you are without a doubt eating some of the most delicious food in the world. I think I've been to
Really
two.
cool.
You and I have been to one of them together.
I don't even know if I've been to a real one, though. I've been to like
You
a
have.
Michelin mention.
No, the one that we went to, Osteria
but I didn't
Mosa.
even know
we
that
didn't
it
know at the
was.
time that it
Yeah,
was a Michelin
yeah.
star,
Okay,
but we
you're
did
right.
eat it, and we've talked about it for years. Like, God,
That's
that
true.
meal was so incredible.
We're like, we got to go back there someday.
Turns out it was a Michelin star
Didn't
restaurant.
know. Okay.
Okay, so many different kinds of foods have gotten Michelin stars. Steakhouses, sushi places, Italian food, which is the place we went to.
Yeah.
Seafood, but this is the first ever taco stand where there are no tables, where people just stand and eat it in the street with their plates in their hands and a simple can of soda, maybe. That was actually recommended by the manager of the place.
That's cool.
That stand's manager says that it goes to prove that foods can be extraordinary when they're crafted with love and quality ingredients. They apparently specialized in thinly sliced beef fillet. I'm not exactly sure if it's like a tenderloin. Like, I don't know what it is, but they also offer beef. This is from the Michelin Guide. Thinly sliced beef fillet is expertly cooked to order, seasoned with only salt and a squeeze of lime. At the same time, a second cook prepares the excellent corn tortillas alongside.
Gotta be handmade. I was like,
have
there
to
has
be.
to. Yeah.
The resulting combination is elemental and pure.
Nice.
With meat and tortillas of this caliber, the duo of house-made salsas is hardly even necessary. So
Awesome.
the manager says that it came as a shock because he never thought their humble establishment would ever get such distinction. But he says he thinks his team deserved it for maintaining. They've been doing this for 30 years.
Wow.
I mean, you know what I say.
We gotta go.
It's in Mexico City. I guess we can find a way to go. But you know what I say. Good ingredients, knowing how to season, knowing how to prepare it. You can make incredible food. You don't need fancy schmancy,
That's so true.
crazy stuff. My
Yeah.
steak, you don't even need a side. The
No.
steak is everything.
We just eat the steak
We just eat the
by
steak
itself,
and a
that's
glass
the
of wine.
meal. That is the meal.
Yeah, what else is there?
Excellent.
Anyway, glad to see some recognition for my people and for the food that they bring to the world and that many of us Mexicans associate the most with being the most real is a frickin' taco.
Love it.
All right, what do you got, friend?
I'm doing news from the histories this week. I found some interesting old news stories about fads in the 1800s, and I really liked them. And most of the stories that I found about our current times centered around bees. Bees found in the walls of a house, bees in a helicopter, bees swarming home plate during a major league game. And I just wasn't into the bees so much. So I was like, how about fads from the 1800s?
You've done this before.
Only once.
One time.
One time.
Okay,
it's
please
fact.
tell us.
I have 3.
Okay.
The first fad was called automobiling. Many thought that riding in a car was a passing fancy, saying that the auto girl will never be so numerous as her sisters, the bicycle girl and the golf girl. It was considered a favorite diversion and ultra chic. I'm not sure what a golf girl is, though.
Playing golf, maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Call the voicemail if you know what a golf girl is, because
country club type thing.
maybe.
You know,
1800s, though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They had automobiles in 1800s?
Yeah, they were just coming out. I somewhere in there.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, the second, which is totally insane, but tracks for us romantics, is called ring turning. A New York newspaper reported that young women were reaching out to men they met at like work and other places. And when they would shake hands, the women would turn the ring on the men's finger if the guy was wearing a ring. The idea is that if a young lady meets a young man with a ring on his finger, she turns it 2 or 3 times, then does it again with the next man, and so on until she has turned rings 24 times. Then she finds a married person, male or female, turns their ring twice, and the next man she shakes hands with will be her husband.
What in the world is this code? So hold on. Are they making... Please continue. This
What?
is. I will ask all my questions at the end because this is crazy. Okay.
Apparently, this craze was such a time suck at one New York office that management posted signs saying that any employee caught practicing the ring turning business will be immediately discharged. The business owner was like, "The time we've lost would amount to days." Amazing.
Okay. Can I ask my question?
Yes, ask.
So. Are the people aware that their ring is being turned?
I mean, they have to be. That would be insane if they didn't notice someone was turning their ring.
Okay, and when they reach this 24th person or whatever it is, are they like, and you are now my husband?
And you
is
are
it
now
like that?
mine.
Or is it like, now I'm going to focus my energies on like getting this person? That's my person. It's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, except there's a ton of them when you finally land on that guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's so wild.
Amazing.
So wild.
Did you ever do the thing when you were little where you turn your apple stem and you go A, B, C, D, E, F?
I didn't have fruit when I was a child.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Only G's for Ryan. Okay. Okay, the third fad, and a personal favorite, because, oh my God, what weirdos, is called hairpin pilfering. This is when boys gather hairpins that either fall from a young woman's head or that they sneakily take from their hairdo. It started off as a simple thing where boys would ask girls for a hairpin as like a keepsake, and I think they're using boys and girls as like young men and women, young people who are dating. But then it turned into the guys trying to get them without the girl knowing. Like, boys would follow a girl around if they saw a loose one and wait for it to drop so they could collect it. And then...
Like creeper style? Yes. Okay.
Then the boys would put the pins into albums like a scrapbook and label the pins with the girl's name, style of beauty, description of age, and the date they got the pin. One man had nearly 400 hairpins.
I mean... You know, here's what I'll say about this. As creepy as that sounds, this is no different than social media and what giving your access to men does for women. You are all part of a collection that is easily accessible at all times, except they can actually be staring at your picture.
Yes. I thought the same thing. I'm like, this is like the guys who are friends with girls who they don't know.
100%. 100%.
It's exactly like that. It's like a catalog.
It is a catalog.
Eligible females.
Totally.
But in this case, they're compiling like stalker trophies.
Totally. I mean,
which is so weird.
Because they didn't have pictures.
Exactly.
The women were just memories to them.
The hairpin was the picture.
That was it.
so weird. Bizarre.
Man, dude's been creeping forever,
Creeping forever.
Dang. This is solid. This is solid.
Thank you.
Kudos. Far better than your last time that you took us into the past. Although that flaming, it was the flaming dress. That was real good.
That was a good piece of news.
It was just shocking to hear it.
Because you were like, why are you taking me back in time? Okay.
That's great.
Do you have personal news?
I do.
Okay.
I have finally, since I told you guys about this, I have been working nonstop on this. I have finally purchased a new car. But I tell you guys this, it was the longest, most grueling saga. So much crazier than I even feared that it was going to be. I have seen it all. And it was an insane journey, and I will tell you guys all about it in a 3-part series that we will do for free car advice for the next couple times I do free car advice, because it was instructional, educational. I learned so much, and I will tell you guys all that I have learned. It's not the way that I thought it was out there anymore, guys.
Damn.
It's all changed, but that's to come.
All right. I like it.
What about you?
I thought we were doing the show tomorrow, so I was going to be like, I graduated today. And I was hoping I'd have a cool story, but now we're doing the show tonight, so that we can chill. I haven't decided if I'm sneaking out or not. It's going to be a long one, but also I have a lot of pals graduating at the same time, so I'll probably stay. Gonna get some lobster after. I've never had it. A lobster with butter.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad you brought it up, because if you didn't bring it up, I was going to bring it up. I was going to say, congratulations to you. You are graduating freaking college. It's awesome. You have a degree.
So excited.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
It's been such an amazing journey. I love you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so
Super
much.
Happy. Excited about tomorrow to celebrate.
Thank you.
It's going to be great.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Stop.
When we come back, we've got creative solutions for solving humanity's many problems. And then we're bringing a new feature in for an old favorite. Thanks so much for being here. We love having you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Sometimes Morgan and I come up with an idea together, something we think might make the world a better place, somehow. And sometimes we hear ideas from other people that really make us think. So this week, it's back, our segment we call Big Ideas.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Great Scott! It worked! I finally invented something that works!
So good.
I forgot about that.
So good, man. Our sound bites are the best.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Okay, so this is just a warm-up. And this one came from a TNC listener. And it's really a great mind expansion exercise that we're going to start here. So he says this. We all know that vampires can't survive in the sun.
Okay.
They can only come out at night.
Was not expecting this first sentence.
Okay. But
say that sentence again. What?
Vampires. We all know that they can't survive in the daytime.
Sure. Okay.
Sunlight bad
Known.
for vampire.
Fact.
Only come out at night.
Yes.
But what about the fact that moonlight is just sunlight reflected off the moon?
So they literally can only live in pitch
darkness
in caves.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, every other story is
a lie. Is a lie. Besides the Twilight one, where they can go in the sun, except they have diamond skin. It's the skin of a killer. Okay, anyone.
Oh my gosh,
next,
that's really funny.
All right.
What a weird thought.
It's pretty brilliant.
So
I
true.
think it's super true and super brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, another short one here.
Okay.
I heard this one from a friend of mine. Is when I went on that hike to the Hollywood sign I told you guys about. I have this kind of recurring joke that I tell that Morgan thinks that I shouldn't tell everyone, but I say it a lot. I say to people that if there is a God, he singles me out for really annoying things all the time.
Oh my God.
So she's telling me about how she's trying to get to some place and she's running late and she's taking this road she's never taken, and there's some kind of crazy road construction happening, closing 3 lanes of the street she's never even been on before. And I say, yep. That's the Lord. He's looking out for you to ruin your day.
Stop it.
And she laughs because she gets my joke, but then she says, but maybe he's doing that to keep you from something that's way worse. Like maybe he's saving your life by stopping you at exactly that moment from going that place that you want to go. And I tell you guys, I had never considered this.
Never?
Never.
I think about this all the time because it's like the butterfly effect or like that Sliding Doors movie where it's like you just don't know.
Well, you see,
one thing could change everything.
I think about that a lot, but I'm so convinced that the all-powerful God is doing a bad thing to me. So I never even consider that he's possibly doing a good thing.
She doesn't give a shit about anything as she's just living her best life up there.
She is.
Okay?
Yes.
So, I'm just letting you know that.
So
definitely doesn't care about traffic. I can tell you that.
Well, it blew my mind. We laughed about it. It was like Inception, though. She planted this idea in my head, and it's kind of changed how my brain thinks about really annoying and inconvenient things. Like, you know, I guess the Lord has saved my life hundreds and hundreds of times.
Maybe.
Because
you don't know
what I deal with. And it's possible. And if that's true, thanks.
There you go. That's why you always got to just give some thanks and
thanks.
send some blessings. Okay.
Okay.
I have for a long time thought about the Olympics and basketball and boxing or MMA as these things where obviously all the athletes are competing at such a high level and they make everything look easy.
So easy.
Even when they're struggling to beat each other.
Yeah.
And so I've always wanted to create a competition or display rather of regular people going up against athletes just so we can truly understand the scale of how good these people are. There have been like a few examples of small things like this happening. I know from my old boxing coach that almost every gym has a story about some guy coming in from like off the streets or whatever, just being like, I'll fight anyone.
Oh yeah, get me in there.
And they're
sparring?
like, no, like get out of here. And they just like are just being a total psycho. And so they're like, fine. And then they get their ass handed to them in like 2 punches.
Like nothing.
Because people who have never fought before have no idea how timing works, and they just like swing wild, and it looks crazy.
Literally no concept.
Yeah.
Literally don't even know what to fight is.
No.
They have no idea.
Nothing. They're just like swinging. And then, and then a while ago we did that segment about the woman who
of course,
signed up for a race who is not a good runner.
He was out of camera.
It was amazing. Yeah, wasn't even in the shot because that's how slow she was. I mean, I loved that. I thought it was so good.
I hope you all look that up because it is a treasure to watch this.
Because you're like, oh my gosh, they're fast.
They are so
fast. That's
fast.
a reg. These are athletes. So I thought it would be really cool. And gosh, I hope maybe someday I'll be rich and I'll be able to just like put on this thing. Okay. And I'm just like, we're doing it.
So then let me ask you this.
What?
You have to pay the athlete.
Right, of course. I know. I would have to have money.
They don't perform for free.
No.
But you've got to pay the reg, too. But
Maybe.
You can't pay them anywhere near the same.
No.
It's just like, hey, I'll give you a couple $100.
Well, I would pay them. Maybe I could bet you a lot of money that people would just sign up.
They probably would for
just
free.
To be like, I'm going to do
for
this.
free. It reminds me, I love that episode of Atlanta that I showed you where like they go to the club and then they all come out of the club when it's like closed and like Michael Vick is racing. They're just doing foot races in the parking lot with Michael Vick.
Yeah, I bet I can beat him. And everyone's like, no, you can't. No, you cannot.
You so cannot.
Like, that's crazy.
No, it's people's
I love it.
Ignorance of, the talent.
You just don't know because you think that you can do something, but it's like, no, you cannot beat that person.
No.
I did see a really bad one once. We probably couldn't do the fighting because...
Yeah.
Unless it was a certain type of fighting, maybe wrestling
or something.
Jiu-jitsu. Because I did see a boxing match once where one female was like clearly an amateur and going towards pro, and the other one had like probably never been in a fight before, and it was like watching her just stand with her arms down, like getting punched over and over. It was horrible.
I mean,
and all of us were like, this needs to stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's the ref's job in that instance to be like, absolutely not immediately.
Yeah,
to
they did stop it eventually,
danger.
but it was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So we can't do that one, but swimming would be a great one. Anything like that.
When I swam that like 3 times, it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
So difficult.
The most difficult thing ever.
Can you imagine race walking? An Olympic race walker against a regular walker?
No, your mom? Oh,
I mean,
no way.
Crazy.
Morgan's mom is like a G.
She's so fast.
Race walker.
She
dumb.
walks faster than some people run.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Amazing.
crazy. I love
so
this
that's my idea.
Love this idea. If you guys have probably seen this, this is an example that I love. It comes up on Instagram all the time. There was a time when 3 professional Japanese national soccer team players took on 100 children in a soccer match. 100 kids against 3 pro Japanese soccer players. Guess who won?
Yeah.
The adults.
The kids
the
didn't
pros.
even touch the
kids,
ball.
Like, just absolutely, they had like 10 goalies.
It was amazing.
I watched it like longer, and I was like, dude, there's like the kids are literally covering the entire goal, and they still got it in.
That was so good. I forgot about that. That was good. That was good.
It's great. I love this idea. I'm all about this idea.
Someday we'll do it.
They should open events with it.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, just as a reminder of what you're going to see right now, here is a person off the street trying to do what these people do. Okay?
Yes. Cool.
Great idea.
It's a plan.
Okay. When we come back, we've got some unconventional sandwich alternatives, and then, of course, we've got your no class picks. Stay with us. Welcome back. Sometimes you run into someone, be it stranger or best friend, who says something that is so off base, you have to wonder how they've gone this long thinking this way without anyone catching on. It's time for another, you think what?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Wow. Crazy. You're crazy, girl.
Hey, what do you got?
So as you guys know, we went to Oklahoma a few weeks ago, and Morgan and I were reminiscing about it, weeks later, talking about that cocktail bar that we went to, where I had an encounter with some men that I didn't understand the situation. But what we remember the most is those cocktails and how great those cocktails were.
Yeah,
and
delicious.
Morgan says to me, God, I wish we had a good cocktail bar like that here. And so I say, I am astounded. We live in one of the greatest cities in the world. You really think that we don't have some of the world's best cocktail bars in the city of LA?
You have not shown me a single one.
Well, I did a little research.
Okay.
Travel and Leisure, who we talked about last episode, apparently they do a ton of surveys.
Love it.
They did a survey of bartenders. Guess what city ended up ranked number 1 on the list of the best cocktail cities in America?
What?
LA.
Well, yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course? If you say of course, then why would you say I wish we had them here?
Because I have not tasted one. So, of course they're at the highest because everyone thinks they are.
No.
Where are they?
That's not how things like that work.
Where are they
Listen,
then?
Cities like LA and New York have everything. You have to assume and know that the best of everything is here.
Okay, then they better bring their game because I haven't seen them anyway.
Whether you've had it or not, you should just know.
Okay, well, I do already know.
I've never seen LA's opera, but I know for damn sure that it's some of the best opera in the world.
How do you
because
know?
we're here. Because you can't hack it here. You can't sell a product, service, or perform.
LA is not known for opera.
It's not, but it's here, and it has to be great. Otherwise,
I don't know if that's a good assumption.
That is
I don't think that's the same as
a complete
drinks.
good assumption.
Nah.
It is. It has to be. How are you going to be a major city and be like, oh, opera's kind of not that great, though?
I've seen shows everywhere that are not that great, including all the great cities. So, I don't know.
I'd still say, okay, well,
We gotten off topic.
we're number 1 on cocktails. And
Okay, well,
one
show
of the
me a place.
bartenders said that LA has, here's the reason why we're one of the best cocktail cities. I'm selling it for you now. Okay. LA has a heavy influence from Mexico, Japan, and the Philippines.
Love it.
It has a robust and eclectic bar scene that makes for a fantastic cocktail destination.
I think most of the places I've gone have been trying to be like hoity-toity, and really it's just a bunch of kind of assholes just being like, here.
Don't get
And
me
then
wrong.
it's like, you're proud of this?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. In truth, I haven't taken you to a great cocktail bar because I can't think of a great cocktail bar because I have not really experienced it. And I've had a ton of cocktails at a bunch of places, and they're always not that good. No. But kind of like the Michelin star, I'm sure there is a place that ranks these. But for the bartenders to say that it's here, then it has to be here.
Okay.
So I saw some.
I concede that you're probably right, but I have not met one.
But you said it like you wish that we could find it. Like you wish that it was possible in the city. And yes, it is.
I think I was just remembering the feeling of just like driving a little bit and it just being there, and the cocktails were amazing. And I was like, I could drink like 5 different ones and they were all good.
Well, that's the other thing in like smaller places is it's like, it's easier and faster. Yeah, for us to go to a good cocktail bar, sure, it's going to take us an hour.
Yeah.
We're going to have to drive into the city for an hour, and it's going to take forever. But they're there. I know they're there.
Okay.
But you're right. And I understand why you said that.
You're right.
It's because, a good cocktail from a good cocktail bar can leave such a magical imprint on your memory.
It was so good.
Like, if you start that night out, whether it's dinner or just starting the evening, man, good cocktails truly make for a magical evening. Yes. I'm sorry that I have not taken you to any of them, but we will go.
Okay.
For sure.
Thank you.
You will never say that again. I wish they had that in LA. Because it's a crazy thing to say.
Okay.
Okay. What do you have for me?
Okay, so we're moving soon, and Brian was like, oh no, what are we going to use as the backgrounds in our shots for TNC? And I'm like, it's fine, we'll figure it out. And he goes, oh, I know, I'll just green screen us and put a fake background behind us. And I paused and then became very angry because I was like, there's absolutely no way that you can do that and it's perfect. That takes a lot of effort and knowledge. And he still thinks he can do it. It makes me so angry. And it really shouldn't, because you can just try and prove to yourself that it looks like garbage. I don't know why I get so heated. I suppose it's the same feeling I get when people ask me what they should do to write a novel or a short story, or what they should do to start a podcast. Like, I don't know, man. Go to school for film production or writing and then work in the field professionally. Like, what do you mean? You can't just do green screen. It's someone's profession, and we need like an actual green screen. Insanity. I can't handle it. I cannot deal. I cannot deal with this.
I tell you guys this. It is when Morgan gets mad like this about something, it's one of the few times that like she sounds condescending. Like, she never sounds condescending, especially like to me. But I tell you that she was like straight up like, no, you can't. And I'm like, oh, because I didn't go to film school. I couldn't possibly do this thing. And I just started trying to explain to her.
I can't do it. I went to film school. I cannot do it. It's a specialized thing.
Well, you made a good point. As I argued and argued and argued, you finally shut me down with like the correct point that I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
What was my correct point?
Which was that the lighting needs to be perfectly even.
Yeah.
And as much, you guys can see if you're watching the video right now, there are so many shadows behind me. And unless you eliminate all the shadows, that green screen is not going to be looking too good.
You're going to have edges. It's going to be all...
It's going to be bad. Yeah, you're right. You were right. But, I think that I can do anything.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm happy for you. Keep trying to do stuff.
But not on our time and not with our show that we have worked for so long to try to build to some level of quality. Yes. This is not the place to experiment on. Okay, I understand. I'll do it in my free time, my personal projects.
Okay, yes.
Is where that will be.
You can become a professional green screen.
That's funny.
Background person.
Lily told me the other day that she wants to be really good at something super niche. She
Love
out
it.
of the blue, we're driving and she turns to me, she goes,
make some good money that way.
You can. Maybe.
Well, yeah.
Maybe.
Depends.
But she turns to me and she goes, what do you think about car pinstriping?
What?
Do you know what this is even?
No.
I know what it is. And I was like, whoa, you want to talk about niche?
Is it like a decoration?
It's the painted lines on cars.
Stop
and sometimes they do designs and stuff. It's cool. It's a super old thing. Like, it's a thing. I didn't even know the kids this age knew about it.
Well, they're bringing everything back, so.
Which is, I'm down. I'm like, Lily, you become a pro badass car pinstriper, I will be like so about it.
She would be good at that because she really is detailed in her art.
She's super detail oriented.
It might take her 50,000 years to do one car, but it will be perfect.
So she does one car in her life.
Yeah, and they're like, $50 million. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect.
She's set. She's set for life.
Amazing.
Very
I love
cool.
this. Okay.
All right. All right, guys. Wow, it's just flying by this
I know.
show. Okay, when we come back, it's that time. Your No Class Picks of the Week. Stay with us.
Oh.
Better turn it down. It's time to wind down the show here, bring it to a close the only proper way with our No Class Picks of the Week.
You're just a jealous,
No class.
lazy bum.
No class pick.
All right, my No Class pick this week is Mogo, and I will tell you all why.
What?
As she said, we're getting ready to sell our house. We're moving things into storage, getting ready for staging, the usual stuff everybody does. Suddenly, a few days ago, I start hearing some unusual creaks and noises coming from under our bed. And I swear that I feel like my side of the bed is starting to sag, like it's sinking just on my side. At the same time, suddenly my back is starting to ache. And I never have back pain. So I tell Morgan about it, and she says, yeah, I bet the slats under the mattress are shifting and the mattress is dropping. So I say, okay, I'll look at it when I get a chance. Well, I finally do days later. Sure enough, a bunch of the slats have fallen down below my side of the mattress. It's like a freaking quicksand trap on my side of the bed. I asked Morgan to help me set them straight, and I'm asking, like, what the heck, man? Like, how do you think this happened? And she says, well, I moved the bed over a tiny bit to put it in a better place for the staging. Here's some context for this, you guys. Our bed frame is this custom-made wooden monstrosity that's held together with, like, screws and supported from underneath, literally by stacks of our books.
Yeah.
You think that maybe shifting this house of cards we sleep on by a few inches would cause some stuff to maybe shift and fall down? And so I say to her, you didn't think to tell me about this when you did this days ago? Like a heads up in case anything happens while you were sleeping? And she says, well, nothing happened on my side.
That's not.
What did you say?
I said I fixed my side.
I fixed my side. That's what she said. Great. Can you guys believe this? The no class of it all. Giving me back problems, only worried about herself.
I didn't think your side was broken.
You didn't care.
I didn't.
Didn't care enough to tell me.
I figured if my slats were off, that your slats were fine. Because I was like, there's no way
Even if
both of our slats could be off.
Well, there was a way.
Okay, I'm very sorry.
Thanks.
Next time I will check both sides.
Thank you. Okay. What is your pick?
I have a class pick and a no class pick.
Ooh, dang, no sunglasses.
I know, I'm sorry. I'll deliver the bad news first.
Okay.
So we were checking out a car for you. And obviously when you do a test drive, the car salesman goes with you. And what I'm about to describe happens in any situation where you're interacting with a stranger, but also you're like forced to be in the same vicinity as someone else. Okay, so this one happened to take place in a car. Enclosed, nowhere to go. You, my sweet and kind, a very introverted husband, offered up a peace offering by commenting on something that I can't remember. It was just one of those sentences that nice people say to fill the silence and offer up to a stranger, like in a moment, so that it doesn't have to be awkward. And this salesman fool didn't say a damn thing back. And I gave him that opening, so when he didn't respond, I responded because it was too weird to just like be silent. But in my opinion, I think it's super no class to just be like, nope, I heard your offering of niceness and I will not be responding.
Dang. I agree with you. I know exactly what you're describing.
It's so rude.
I don't remember it though.
Yeah, well, you're probably focused on driving.
I was so focused on the car. And you, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the backseat. I don't give a crap what they say. But thank you.
This happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
In front of me. And I'm just like, just be like, haha, yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to say is like literally, you can make a sound even. You don't even have to like
it's true.
say anything.
It's true.
It's just like.
I know. And I wonder if that's my problem. Like, should I not even try to do that nice fill the silence thing?
You should. It's nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
It puts it all on them.
Yeah, it's nice. I do it all the time at work, and obviously I'm being paid to do it, so of course I do it. And people love it. Like, they respond right away because they're like, thank God. Jeez. Thank God we're not just in silence while you take my payment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, most people love it.
Okay.
But I think it's so weird to not, like, say anything.
It's super weird.
And, yeah. So strange. So, okay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. My class pick is my parents.
Ooh.
Here we go. Getting all personal, but I'm graduating tomorrow and they flew in today. And you guys will be getting up so crazy early tomorrow to accompany me to graduation. It was just nice for all of you to make a big deal. I could have easily just fluffed it off because, like, yeah, I did it. But because you guys chose to celebrate me and the work I did, no.
Oh, you're crying already. I see it.
By just choosing this path really makes me take, like, a moment to be like, okay, yeah, I did that.
You did do that.
I can't read the rest of this. I refuse to cry this long on this show. Should have probably been a wine or a cheese, but whatever. I think it's really classy to show up for people, and yeah,
Friend,
it just means a lot.
We love you. We don't love anybody as much as we love you.
Yeah, but you can still love someone and
what? I'm not going to show up to your graduation?
Well, of course you're coming. I would disown you if you didn't come.
I mean, come on. And it doesn't have anything to do with obligation. You want to celebrate a person. You want to be there. You want to see them. You want it all.
I know.
We love you.
I know.
You're so great.
It's just nice.
Good. I'm glad that you feel good about it. Not that we deserve this recognition, but I'm glad that it makes you happy. You did all of it.
But I'm just saying the act of showing up and the act of choosing to celebrate it bigger than what I think, it's,
It's what? It's graduating college. It's like, what, no big deal? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If you were 22 years old, this would be the biggest event of your entire life.
You're true.
Yeah, man. It's a big freaking deal. It is a big deal.
Okay. End the show. I'm very hot now.
All right, guys. That is our show. Thanks so much for being here and hanging with us. Like and or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. We're on all the apps. Episodes also on YouTube. Leave us a review. Perfect 5 stars. We love it. Please leave us a review. Reach out to us on Instagram at That's No Class. You can also send us an email or a voicemail. That's noclass@gmail.com. Call 877-7-NO-CLASS, or as Morgan likes to say, 877-766-2527. Call us up. We love having your stories on the show.
Stay classy.
Stay classy and have a great week.